I write to communicate with my friends via text message.
You can go ahead whenever.
So I've been deaf since a very young age, and well, you know, most people who are deaf, tend to have difficulty with their English skills. So, but I'm actually a pretty talented writer. So I'm very articulate, and when I write, it helps me to show the world what it's like for people with disabilities, that we can do what we want, and especially if you're deaf or if you're having difficulty with English, it's not always true that that's the case. So I enjoy writing because it helps me to express myself and express what's inside. I like to write about my father who died, and about those family traditions and what it's like to be a deafblind person. So some of the stories I've written for Dr. Siemens' class last semester. And then, other ones are written from the point of view of a deafblind girl. So, and having a lead dog. So I just think it's nice to be able to express what it's like for people like me.
I write because punching walls when you're upset is probably not the most productive use of your emotions, but if you write a really angry poem and then yell it at an open mic, people think you're super cool and will ask you for copies of it, and I think that's the best.
Okay, I write to create or to express my creativity.
I write because English is getting interesting.
I write because I like it. I write to express emotions.
I write because I let my emotions out, or just to write poetry.
Okay, I write because it helps me express myself through words instead of actions. I like writing because I can escape to my own little world. It just helps me deal with everything that goes on in my life in a positive way.
So I write because it helps me express my thoughts and ideas clearly onto a piece of paper. It's also a great way to communicate with your peers and have them edit your work and build connections that way. And yeah, that's why I write.
I write because the words that I would have said probably would not have came out better if I didn't write them instead.
Yeah. Okay. I write because it's a way of expression, and you get to say things that you wouldn't normally say to regular people, and it's fun and creative and a way to communicate without having to actually speak.
I write because writing is the most ancient and deepest form of human expression.
I write because it's a form of expression. It's really enjoyable to see something that I can actually... It's kind of hard. I can make something with my hands without drawing or painting, and it's like a representation of myself, and I really enjoy it. And it's a way to look back at how I was feeling at a specific point in time. I lived in Spain over the summer and I journaled every day, and it's the ultimate the table, I didn't know what happened to it.
That's why I write.
Awesome.
I write because I have a story to tell, and I love doing it. And writing is fun for me, and I always love telling stories. And now writing for the Chronicle, it's telling real stories. But my goal in life is to someday write a screenplay.
I don't know. It fulfills something within me. I just have this need to put down things that go in my head and put them on paper. And it just so happens that I really like to write stories.
I answered this question freshman year, and then I don't really think I knew why I wrote. But now I think the reason is to kind of get a better understanding of what's going on. I write to kind of create an image of what I see going on in the world and to let others see what I'm seeing through my writing.
I write because I like to write. I like to express my thoughts, emotions, feelings. I like to spread information. And writing's a lot more personal. You don't have to explain yourself when you write. Someone might misunderstand a sentence that you speak, but generally writing is very concrete because it takes time, it takes a process to come up with one sentence, one paragraph, one story, one article. I write because I like to create change, and I think that press and newspapers are a great medium to create change and to start movements, start conversations.
All right, why I write? I write because I love it and because it's how I make my money.
Why I write is because I want to inform the public about important information, whether it be sports, whether it be news, just getting the information out to everybody that's necessary to the world. So that's why I write.
I write to be read.
I write because sometimes writing is easier than